the V-shaped group that people still hate the most is this one. It does, of course, have a lot to do with how prices dropped so quickly from December to April. A lot of people sold at the lows because stocks don't make people happy. But we know that the low has been hit when the VIX drops from above 60 to below 30. I believe we have been facing a wall of fear. There has been some uncertainty too. A lot of people thought that trade wars, taxes, and the fight between the president and the Federal Reserve would really make the markets shake. But I believe these kinds of bull markets last the longest. It says a lot when the market goes up, even with all the bad news. Tom Lee and Cathie Wood both have very important things to say in today's movie. First, I'd like to share some of what Tom Lee said in his most recent talk. Many new facts from the government, the Fed, inflation numbers, and other places are talked about by him. I really think this will change what the Fed does in the next few months in a big way. Of course, this will help lessen the rules on money a lot. We need to find this. People who were around during the last bull run know better than anyone that when money starts to be made, crypto goes crazy. That's what I think we'll see here soon. Tom Lee, on the other hand, really splits us up and shows us how this looks from above. Let's play that quickly, and then we'll talk more about Cathie Wood. Please share this movie so that everyone in the XRP army can see it. Let's begin. Folks still dislike the V-shaped group the most. Another big reason is that prices dropped quickly from December to April. There were a lot of people who sold their stocks at the lows because they didn't want to hold on to them. But we know that the VIX has made a clear low when it drops from above 60 to below 30. Tariffs aren't as bad as we thought they would be, and they haven't changed prices much. Also, inflation's a lot lower than people thought it would be. I think the Fed knows this, even though they haven't changed rates yet. The bond market doesn't believe that. They think the Fed is 2 cuts behind. If you look at the last 2 years, the term is now 4 years and 2 months long. For the next year, the Fed can loosen up. Stocks will do well, even though this big pretty bill is said to add $3,300 billion 0 cents or 0 cents to our debts and other troubles. You can see the 10-year end. Could you explain this? Yes. It proves that markets don't just look at the U.S.'s budget to judge its power to settle its bills. I also think the U.S. has a lot of hidden value, like cash that is worth more than it is worth, natural resources and buildings that they own. In a way, the U.S. is selling its bonds, even though some people say it can't. The coins will stay the same. Stable coins will be given to any outsiders who own chess, since that will only last for a short time after a certain point. Yes, it does feel like it's living in its own world. I mean, steady coins are worth $250 billion at 0 cents right now, but there are almost $10 trillion in circulation. That means safe coins can get bigger. A lot of stablecoin deals take place outside of the US. Everyone might like the dollar a lot more if all coins were steady, but the important thing is that it's at 4.2% for 10 years. I think the bond vigilantes are mostly right. The U.S. should know so much money. We're not yet at the point where we have to wonder if we can pay off our bills, though. You still want to earn $6.00 per 6,000 by the end of the year. That's about 8% more than where we were. Friday was a holiday, right? That's the reason I wasn't seeing more good things. I believe there is. The market cap can go up a lot, all the way to $6.00. 6,000. There have already been 5 shocks. The COVID shock, the supply chain shock, the inflation shock, the Fed's fastest rate hikes ever, and then there was a tariff shock. 5 shocks in 5 years. The money kept coming in. We'd say, look, if you tried to kill it 5 times and it still made money, we'd give it a much higher rating. More numerous, I think it's very important that I spend a little more time reading what Tom Lee says. Yes, he says the S&P can go up by 8% from where it is now. We know that Bitcoin has gone up by at least 50% during times when the S&P has grown that much, right? It's clear that the stock market is a lot more safe now. That being said, the crypto market is worth a lot more money, has a lot more traders and all that good stuff. The crypto market doesn't like it. Things are still going really well for the business. Yeah, I agree with Tom Lee. If the S&P goes up 8% and hits 6,600, as he said, Bitcoin will probably cost more than $150,000 a cents a coin. It might even reach $175,000, 0 cents a coin. It's very clear when you think about how many times this has happened before, but there's still a chance. XRP could hit $20, 0 cents a coin if Bitcoin's price rises to $175, 0 cents, because XRP's price has gone up 10 times more than Bitcoin's price when it went up by 50% or more, and 5 times as much when Bitcoin's price went down by 50%. Yes, I think XRP, HAR, and other altcoins can grow a lot. I also think you should pay attention to what Cathie Wood has to say. Her view is very different, and she is also very interested in what the Fed is doing here, which you should know. Now let's hear what Cathie Wood has to say. I'll split that up when we're done. Okay. I think we've been going up a wall of don't worry. Many people thought that tariffs, wars, and the fight between the Fed and the president would really shake up the markets. Of course, things have changed, but I believe these kinds of bull markets last the longest. It says a lot when the market goes up, even with all the bad news. That's what I think it means. Interest rates are likely to go down. I also believe that many people do not pay attention to the house numbers. They, after a long wait, get in there. Some stocks got a lot of attention in the market during the bull market, which was a bad sign. Now we think the market is becoming more spread out. Cutting back on rules is another thing I think the government should do to free up animal souls. I really do mean freedom. That's exactly what's going on in the crypto space. This is how the Genius Act works. This is what Safe Coins do for his future. It was really cool to see how quickly things are getting better. I think that all of these Safe Coins will be bought up very quickly. I also think that XRP and other big crypto companies will be able to work together in very big ways. There will be a time when things grow really quickly, right? Due to what took place in 2020 and 2021. This is very likely to happen. The market changed a lot in 2020 and 2021 because so many people bought crypto. They bought things that didn't make sense. This bull run is very different from the last one because this time utility buyers are on our side. It's really cool to see that it's possible for banks and other businesses to accept digital assets on a big scale. People are also using these assets more. In the real world, this helps people, and XRP is probably one of the best coins that does all of this. This is why I'm so excited about this bull run, and it's clear why. This is also the reason why people like Tom Lee and Cathie Wood invest a lot of money in altcoins and daily buy Bitcoin, XRP, and other cryptocurrency. Yes, this is why we've been sharing like crazy in my Discord and Telegram groups, and it's been great. Okay, we just made more money from a trade. This is really cool that people are doing so well. I'm going to show it to you now. This is where people post their deal wins on my Discord. Yes, people have shared all of these wins in the last 2 days. The wins were based on moves they copied from me. Yes, I mean, it's completely